First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and the ones still those great millstone, while it is true. And also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, and come back here today with another great and powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So the type of day lesson is Arizona car-free community. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners. Hope this help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So I have a quick news article here by NBC 12 News. And it reads, it said, this has been a dream in the making. Car-free neighborhood opens in Temple. Said it's the first time ever agreement between a developer and a city for zero residential parking centered around innovative living and sustainability. So what is this talking about? It's talking about the first ever smart city, or the 15-minute city. And when you go into that acronym smart, it goes into surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and technology. So track and tag, total control. So we seeing that they're laying out the groundwork already. It's already all sorts of rumor all over the place. We constantly seeing about they having disruption in the internet, with the social media, also with these cell phones. A lot of things are constantly happening left and right. So we seeing that Arizona, Temple, Arizona. We're not going to read the article, but I have videos to bring it out with a little bit more edification. We're not going to read the article, but when you have time, look it up. It's about, telling you about this first car free. So you're saying that, you remember what Claude Schwab said, that you will own nothing and be happy. So we already know they get ready to roll out their enterprise, their agenda. They plot their plan. We already know they want total control. So we already know this is going to be dealing with this new system they're getting ready to put into place, these digital ID, this digital currency. All that is going to go straight into that RFD microchip, which in fact is the M dot. You understand what I'm saying? That grain of rice. So we know that these things are coming. So it's going to be dealing with your biometric. It's going to be dealing with social credit scores. It's going to be dealing with basic income. A lot of these things are get ready to come into play. So we seeing that they setting it up right before this reset. Also, we knowing that we coming upon that economic collapse once again. So we seeing these right here said car free. So you won't even have to you won't own a car. You'll be within 15 minutes or wherever you need to go, to your grocery store, wherever you do your shopping, at your pharmacy, where you pick up your medicine, wherever you work out, within 15 minutes. So one thing about it is that, hey, we already know that a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because of these mandates, these lockdowns, these smart cities, these 15 minutes cities, these FEMA camps. So hey man, we seeing these things are lining up just like clockwork, man. We knowing that we are here, man. Man, we are so very close, man. So we seeing that, hey man, if we here, it is at the door, man. We constantly warn you left and right, man. These car free.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media?
Let's go here. Let's get that off of there. But anyway, we seeing that these things are constantly manifesting themselves each and every day. Once again, it's gonna work with this with your digital IDs. It's gonna work with this under your skin. Got to be very careful about this less. You know what I'm saying? So we know that we coming into this digital society. This cashless society is coming. Is happening right before our eyes. So we seeing a lot of things happening left and right, man. I'm telling you, man. So we're seeing also in the news that there we don't know. I don't know has it been confirmed or not, but it was saying that on tomorrow, Thursday, March the 7th, that it could be a ban on TikTok. So they could be getting ready to take TikTok down, but it has not been confirmed, only rumors. So we're going to have to wait and measure the time diligently. But we know that we're coming upon that time that where the internet is getting ready to go. We know that this truth is getting ready to go. Famine of the word. So a lot of things are constantly happening. So right there in Arizona, in Temple, Arizona, they have a 15-minute city. And also they've been doing test runs in other states like Ohio, different places around America. But we already know that, hey man, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. So a lot of these things are coming in play. We already know all roads lead to that that grain of rice. With the fact they want to track and trace everyone on the planet. A cashless society, a digital society. It's going to be dealing with your biometric, face recognition. A lot of things are coming into play. AI, robotics, transhumanism. These things are coming upon us. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with this blockchain smart city. So we're seeing it right before our eyes. So I have a few videos to bring it out with a little bit more edification, but let's go here to the book of Isaiah chapter 10, and we'll start up at verse 1. And it reads that, woe to them that decree unrighteous decree, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Verse 2 said, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, and out about to take away the rights. You know what I'm saying? So these things gonna be what mandatory. They're gonna be what forced on you. So a lot of people are getting ready to be forced in a chokehold with these unrighteous decrees that they have prescribed or authorized. When you go into that word decree, it goes into a law. So a lot of things are coming into play. What martial law? You know, a lot of executive orders are getting ready to come down the pipeline. You know, we already know this. What is this one? The King Alfred plan. When you get around to look that up, you know, it's a lot of things they get ready to try to bring forth. So we're seeing now the first ever. They call it a car-free community or neighborhood, but we know it as a 15-minute city or a smart city. And once again, we already know this is going to be dealing with surveillance, monitoring, you know, reporting, analysis, you know, technology. So a lot of these things, you already know this AI is going to be working overtime. So we already know it's coming into play, these lying wonders. You know, it's here, go to your right hand or your forehead. So we already seen it to take away the rights from the poor. Who is the poor? The Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians. And one thing about it is that, you know, we seeing that, you know, the enemy is getting ready to strike. But when they strike, the Lord is going to strike right back. So we seeing that these things are getting ready to come upon us. And one thing about it, we got to be watching. We got to keep our eyes, you know, locked in, focused, you know what I'm saying, on the prize, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven that dwells in right. So we already knowing that he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. And one thing about it is that, hey, man, we are so very close. So now let's start today's videos. In our video, we will start the lesson, and I hope that you will get edified.
This brand new rental community in Tempe has all the amenities: fitness center, dog park, outdoor kitchens, but something's missing. So there are no cars in this community at all.
Isn't it great?
Cul-de-sac is the first community in the U.S. designed and built specifically for car-free living. Co-founder Ryan Johnson says the demand is strong.
Every generation, and including 92% of Gen Z, would like to pay more to live in a walkable neighborhood.
Retail, restaurants, and to start, nearly 200 apartments, all within steps of each other. No cars means no parking spaces, no garages.
Because we don't have residential parking, it opens us up to have 55% landscape space. We get to add so much to the neighborhood.
Like social spaces around every corner. The complex is strategically located right next to the area's light rail system. All residents get a free pass. The first 200 also get a free electric e-bike, and a partnership with Lyft gets them discount rides.
I've been fine just going via rail or just biking.
Juan Ramos, among the first 100 to move in here, grew up in Arizona, but left because he didn't like the car-dependent sprawl. At 27, he just came back and says living car-free has opened his eyes.
Frankly, for most of the apartments I've lived in for years, I've never even talked to my neighbors. I know people, like, that's Pete over there, that's Ben over there, and then I'm like, that's the first time I've said that.
Residents often gather near the retail stores, which focus on small businesses. Jada Stratman is moving both her Home Sense business and herself in.
It's not as affordable out here as it was a few years ago, you know, and having that opportunity to live and work where you are and just have it as one, that's perfect.
Walkable neighborhoods are all well and good when the weather's fine, but temperatures here in the summer can sit over 100 degrees for weeks at a time. And that'll be the real test to see if carless living can really go the distance. Lester?
All right, Diana, thanks.
Looked into the C40 websites. The C40 is the consortium of municipalities that have signed on to the 15-minute city plan. And I read in their own documentation, this is relevant to the tri-state city idea, that their goals are to reduce caloric caloric consumption to 2,500 calories a day by force, essentially, within the next 15 years, to ensure that the peasant class, which is everybody but the elitists, can't fly more than one time every 3 years, to not merely shift private car ownership from fossil fuel to electric, which is fundamentally impossible because the grid can't handle it, but to eliminate 90% of private car ownership so that people are forced to take, unbelievably expensive in terms of time utilization and non-existent public transportation systems, and to limit the amount of travel that people can do outside of their neighborhoods. And, then I watch the legacy media claim that pointing that out is something akin to a right-wing conspiracy, which it most certainly isn't, because you can just find the bloody documentation online. And then I look at places like China, which have taken this to an extreme. 600 million closed-circuit TV cameras in China. One for every 1.5 persons, watching the Chinese all the time, able to monitor them 100% by face, and also to identify them by gait, and to limit their ability to do absolutely anything, to buy, to sell, to travel, to move, to leave their neighborhood, with this top-down surveillance system that perversely and consciously some of the Chinese engineers have actually named Skynet. And in a conscious attempt to produce a positive version of, the absolutely catastrophic, apocalyptic artificial intelligence that was in the bloody Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. And you can't even talk about this stuff without sounding like a raving conspiratorialist, but there it is.
A 15-minute city mean basically a neighborhood where you can reach everything you need within a 15-minute foot walk, a doctor, grocery store, and so forth. However, if you now fancy another store and that does not happen to be in your neighborhood, you won't be going to that store anymore. Total control is what we're talking about. Once they decide you're no longer allowed to leave your 15-minute immediate area, they don't have to fence it in or anything. It will be done via digital ID.
With the social credit system, kind of
something like that.
Compliance.
Yes. And there's pilot projects already going on in Bologna. It's called the Bologna Wallet, and in Vienna it's called the Vienna Token. It's voluntary for now, and it's only pretty much enticing people to get some ticket for a little less or something like that, to go to theater, something like that. But soon there will be a time you don't have a choice anymore. You have to have this digital green certificate, this QR code, whatever, and then they...
Smart city programs being rolled out across the country. Invasive technology such as facial recognition cameras, license plate readers, smart lights, smart poles, smart cars, smart neighbourhoods, smart homes and smart appliances, all connected to wireless networks and communicating with each other. So what's wrong with that? Technology is good, isn't it? All this is for your safety, security and convenience, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, your streets are spying on you. Your mobile phone is spying on you, your cities are spying on you, and the infrastructure for future lockdowns is being put into place right now. Don't be fooled. You're being set up to be tracked through your movements and through the future of your digital wallets. By handing over your data, you're handing over the ability to monitor your behaviour, which will soon be turned into a social credit score. And once the central bank digital currencies are in place, you won't get to spend your money without approval. Digital ID will soon become a reality. Actually, you won't be able to access any government or public services, and you won't be able to travel across borders or access healthcare or the internet without a digital ID. Think you won't comply? I think you will. The last 2 years were the dress rehearsal, and we fell for it hook, line, and sinker.
So we seeing, they calling it now car-free community, car-free neighborhood, a walkable city. You can get, very convenient. So, we're not ignorant of Satan's device. Wow, these things are right here. It is here. It's at the door. So, hey, man, one thing about it, we'll rejoice. We almost at the end of this thing. So let's start today. Just a very quick lesson through the Spirit, not to, meant to be long. Let's go here to, let's start off at 2nd Esdras. Let's start off in 2nd Esdras, just one little verse I want to get out of there. 2nd Esdras chapter, straight to a point lesson. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 17. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and verse 17. And it reads that a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So, hey, we already seeing it right now because of these car-free communities or neighborhood or this walkable city or this 15 minutes or this smart city. And also it's going to goes into these mandates, making things mandatory whereby you're going to have to comply. If you do not comply, then you will be sent to one of those facilities, You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to play, then you're going to have to pay. You understand what I'm saying? So one thing about it is, so it's going to go into these lockdown, these mandates. These things going to be forced upon you, and they get ready to bring forth this new society, new casting society, this digital society. So man won't be able to go into another city, 15-minute city, because of this tracking and monitoring and this tracing what they will have upon them. So if you go outside of those barriers, then you will be punished. Probably even be put to death. So a lot of these things are get ready to come into play. We're coming upon a time of trouble that we've never seen before. Let's read this again. 2 Amos chapter 15 and verse 17 said, man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able because of what? The checkpoints, because of the lockdowns, the mandates, martial law, because of what? The 15-minute city, the smart city, these what? Car-free communities, these are walkable cities. They make it sound very convenient, make it sound very harmless. But one thing about it, a lot of people going to trust in the strength of Egypt, and they will be totally destroyed. So let's go here to Isaiah chapter 30. Let's go there. Since I quoted it, let's go here to Isaiah chapter 30. Isaiah chapter 30, just rolling in the spirit. And I hope once again that you will get edified. Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 1, it said, woe to the rebellious children, says the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Verse 2 said, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth the prophet, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So one thing about it, we already know the modern day Pharaoh is what? Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, and trust in the shadow of Egypt. Trust in this what? This system that they're getting ready to put into play, this beast banking system, this 5G blockchain, this digital 5G blockchain is getting ready to come into play. Verse 23 said, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So a lot of people will going to trust in this system because they're going to be still wanting to have a sense of normalcy. They still going to want to eat. They still want to have relax in their lives. That it's the one that saved their life shall lose their life. So a lot of people are going to crumble like a cookie when it's time for trouble come. They're going to line up like clockwork. They're going to lean. They're going to depend, and it will be they what? Shame and their confusion. And what? Constant what? Disorder, disruption. It's going to be, hey, man, all hell is going to break loose. And the man, Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. So a lot of people going to trust in this new system, this basic income. They're going to trust in these lying wonders. They're going to trust in that what? Grain of rice, and they will be totally destroyed. You will have to suffer that second death. So let's get a quick precept. Let's go here to 2 Kings. Let's go here to 2 Kings, 2 Kings chapter 18. 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 21. 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 21. He said, now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed. See, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean or depend, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, unto all that trust in him. So a lot of people are going to trust in this system that's coming into play. They're going to take it under the skin. So a lot of people are going to feel like, I have to eat. I need my medical supply. I'm going to have to travel here. I got to work. On the way you're going to be, a lot of people going to be in compliance. A lot of people are going to consent. When you consent and submit, you will be trodden down underfoot. You're going to be trusting this staff of this broken reed, this digital side, this what NWO. Hey, man, one word currency, one word government. One word what? Religion. So, hey, man, we're seeing it is fast approaching. Say when it lean mean to trust or depend. So a lot of our people going just whatever goes, that's whatever comes. That's where they are. They're going to just follow the crowd. And one thing about the elect, we're not going to follow the crowd. We're not going to bend the fold. So when it's time of trouble comes, the Lord said he will keep us from that hour of temptation. It's fast approach. So we see in the first 15-minute city, it's already up and running in Temple, Arizona. And the name of the computer, the name of the community, Salakia, is QSAC, if I'm not mistaken. QSAC or QDEC, one of them. CUSAC, I'm thinking. And it's up and running right now. So we seeing that they rolling out they plan right before our eye while you're sleeping. The devil's constantly getting busy. So let's read this again. 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 21 said, Now behold, thou trust upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt. On if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is the Pharaoh, king of Egypt, until all that trust in him. And now about when you go into that word Egypt, that Egypt goes into the what? The house of bondage. And what is the modern day Egypt? That is Esau. That is Babylon the Great, America, Salakia. And one thing about it said, if a man lean, it will go into his hand. What would go into his hand? That grain of rice. If you depend, if you trust in this system, so hey, it's coming. It's the king of Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying? It's the modern day Pharaoh once again is the what? Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. And also that going into this bruised reeds, or the staff of this bruised reed, going into this system that they are getting ready to put into play. This digital programmable, also implantable society. This beast banking system is coming online very soon. One thing about it, they will not be able to perform their enterprise. Let's go here now to Revelation chapter. Let's go here because this is where this is leading to. We get one more, just not meant to be a long lesson. Tongue is drying out once again. Bear with me through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to get through this lesson. Revelation chapter 13. We'll start at verse 15. And it reads, it said, And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and call that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So we seeing that's going to come into play. So if you are not in compliance, you will be taken to one of these facilities. And one thing about it, if you are don't comply, then you could be put to death. Some of us will be morals. You will be beheaded during that particular time. Salakia. So we know that this image is coming into play. So what is the image of the beast? What this new world, this beast banking center? What is that beast? The revised Roman Empire. So we already know they are getting ready to bring it forth. And also it was even rumors of talking about building a third temple. He was saying, hey, man, the heathens are raising. They're imagining a vain thing. So we seeing that, hey, man, he had power, to give life. We're seeing it right now. We're seeing it that it is happening right before our eyes. So now let's start back up at verse 16. Say, And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. If you lean, if you trust and you depend, it shall go into your hand or into your forehead. This mark is going into what? The charagma, what? That badge of servitude. So we seeing these things, they rolling it out right before I already got the Neuralink up and running. I think they had the first trial, not too long ago. So Elon Musk, everything is here. We seeing it left and right. So the Lord is constantly making it plain upon the table. So it's going to be a global event. He said he causes all, both small, great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, the charagma, badge of servitude, in their right hand or in their forehead, at Neuralink. These lying wonders. So these things are already are here. They are manifested left and right, and the end is being manifested left and right. So it's more obvious, it's more clear. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. So we seeing these things happen. So the all road leads to this right here. It's going into your because it's going to work hand in hand with your biometrics. Also, it's going to deal with your transactions, scanning, tracking, and tracing. Surveillance, understand what I'm saying? So all these things are getting ready to come into play. Hey man, it's plain and simple. Verse 17 said, And that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark, the charagma, or the badge of servitude, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 8 said, Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 scores and 6. 666. Man, one thing about it, hey man, it's coming into these. It's gonna be working with the QR codes, this universal barcode. They already got it in place. So it's tracking and scanning, tagging, tracing, surveillance, monitoring. It's gonna work hand in hand with AI. It's gonna work with robotics. it is here, man. It's at the door, man. We constantly excited, man. So we knowing that all road leads to this karama, this badge of service, that grain of rice. So you will not be able to buy or sell. You will not be a part of this society that's coming into play, this digital cashless society, whereby, everything is going to be, you understand, inside of you. You will be the walking device. So that I got to cut it off right there. I don't want to say too much, but you understand what I'm saying? So this is get ready to come into play. Revelation chapter 13, 15 to 18. It is here. It is at the door. So let's get one more. We'll close out. Let's go here. 1 Peter chapter 5. 1 Peter chapter 5. One moment. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. And it reads that, be sober, be vigilant, watchful, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So we seeing that he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. We knowing that things are already in place. The stage is set. They're constantly moving at a fast pace. We seeing every day that something is getting ready to go down. We knowing that they're saying that TikTok, thinking tomorrow could be banned from off the site. Off this social media platform. So we gonna wait and see. We know that famine of the words come. We know a lot of things coming out of the pipeline. We already know they got this fire still was brewing. I don't know if they have it gotten it under control in Texas. And I think it was another explosion somewhere over there in Texas. I can't quite remember. Anyways, all sorts of things are going on, left and right. So we're here. We got to constantly be vigilant, be watchful. Be sober. Pray. We seeing that we're here. Man, it's because this devil he's getting ready to come down with great wrath. So let's get one more, and then we'll close out. Let's go here to Psalm chapter 21. We shut it down right here. Psalm chapter 21. I think the point has been made. Psalm chapter 21 and verse 11. So one thing about it, make no delay to seek the Lord. Don't put off from day to day, because we knowing that we coming upon a time of trouble that we've never seen before. Jacob's trouble is out the door. We knowing that all hell is getting ready to break loose. And we seeing, that any little thing can set everything out. Also, we knowing that what's going over there in Haiti, all kind of hell is breaking out over there. So left and right, we seeing mischief upon mischief, rumor upon rumor, rumors and wars are all over the place, man. Things are getting ready to happen. And one thing about it, man, we got to stay prayed up. You got to be watching. Keep a stable mind. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of the time. Psalm chapter 21 and verse 11 said, for they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So right when the devil get ready to fill his belly, his agenda, his plan, his plot, the Lord is going to rain that fury upon him, that indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's why the Lord told us in Zephaniah chapter 3, he said, wait on me until I rise up against the prey. So the Lord's getting ready to prouse. When the enemy coming like a flood, the Lord's going to lift up that standard. That's what we're waiting on each and every day. So we seeing all these things are constantly happening around the world simultaneously. They keep picking up. They keep increasing. We are so very excited. We almost at the finish line. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Arizona Car-Free Community. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash. And I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.